Okay, so Khilafat movement, it was generally what? It was a religious movement that was brought up because of the ill issues faced by the Khalifa, and in order to redress the issues of the Khalifa, the Khilafat movement was started by the Muslims in India. Now what happened is that when the Muslims in India started this Khilafat movement, at that point of time itself, they had, you know, they were telling the Muslims also that if the Britishers do not listen to us, we'll stop the cooperation with the Britishers. They wrote petitions to the Britishers and everything was happening. At that point of time, Gandhiji, okay, Gandhiji is also going to come into the picture. What was the scenario is that Gandhiji, now remember the three aims that we discussed of Gandhiji. The three aims was that one was abolition, that is removal of untouchability. Second is going to be the particular, the women empowerment, and third is going to be the Hindu-Muslim unity. So what Gandhiji had told is that Gandhiji, when these Khilafat members they were talking to Gandhiji, so Gandhiji he also joined the Khilafat movement and he became a member of the Khilafat movement. Now, when he became the member of the Khilafat movement, at that point of time, now the people, the Islamic people, they also started respecting Gandhiji and they are going to make Gandhiji the leader of the All India Khilafat Committee. And when they make him the leader of All India Khilafat Committee, so Gandhiji at that point of time, he is going to tell the people of the Khilafat movement, that is the Muslims. Now see, it was a religious movement, so obviously it was dominated by Muslims here in 1919. So Gandhiji, he is also going to tell the Muslims that if the Britishers are not cooperating, then we shall do a non-cooperation here. So Gandhiji is telling the Khilafat leaders that we shall be doing non-cooperation, and also the Khilafat leaders had initially mentioned it to the British that you British, if you do not give favorable terms of treaty to the Khalifa, to the Turkey, then we shall, the Muslims shall resign from the army and the Muslims shall not cooperate at any level with the British. That was also the statement that was given by All India Khilafat Committee earlier. Now, when Gandhiji had become the chairman of the All India Khilafat Committee, Gandhiji had realized that without the support of the Congress, there is not going to be any movement that would be successful in India, because Congress at that point of time, it was a pan-India level political party. So what does Gandhiji do is that, yet, okay, now Gandhiji, it had been 4 years since Gandhiji had arrived in India, and because of his first three movements, and after that the first mass movement, that is Rowlatt Satyagraha, the people of the Congress, they had started to respect Gandhiji, and they had come to know that Gandhiji, he is a very he is a very important entity at that point of time. So when the people came to know that Gandhiji, he is a very important entity and his recommendations could not be just sidelined. So Gandhiji, he was very much well respected by the people of Congress, by the leaders of Congress at that point of time also. So Gandhiji, he knew that without the support of the Congress, no movement could be generally successful. So Gandhiji, he is going to talk to the Congress leaders and he is going to ask them that you guys need to support the Khilafat movement. Why? Because here, just keep in mind the three goals of Gandhi. That Gandhi generally believed that if in today's time, when the Muslims require the support of Hindus, means here if the Hindus support the Muslims, automatically in the future when the Hindus would require the support of Muslims, even the Muslims would come to support the Hindus. So that was the thing that Gandhi was of the ideal of. So Gandhi wanted the Hindu support for the Muslims, but apart from that, Gandhi also knew that INC support is also required. So when he told the INC that you guys should support, so the INC could not reject the viewpoint of Gandhi, and a emergency session was called upon to discuss the same in the year of 1920. So in that session, it was accepted that we should be supporting the Khilafat committee. We should be supporting the Khilafat movement. INC decided that. But the question is that why would INC which itself was a secular organization. Okay, and the Britishers and the opponents, they are going to term INC as a Hindu organization, which it was not. So INC, which itself was a secular organization, why did it want to support a religious movement, that is the Khilafat movement? Why did it want to do that? Now, the reason that why INC also thought that we should be supporting means, see, Gandhiji was respected in the INC, but it is not only because of Gandhiji that here the particular INC leaders, they will just go on to support the Khilafat movement. It was a religious movement and INC was a secular organization. So there would have been, but obviously, a larger picture for the INC support for a religious movement. So here, what were the issues? The issues are going to be the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. That was one issue. And the Hunter Commission that was created, it proved to be a whitewash. So the Congress leaders, they were very much hurt by that. And they came to know, and when they came to know that Khilafat movement is a movement that has been started, so they are also going to think that up till now, whenever the movements were created, whenever the movements were done, the Muslims, they were not participating at that level. But Khilafat movement, because it was a religious movement, the Muslims, they are going to be participating in the Khilafat movement at a large level. So the Congress leaders are also going to think that this movement, if we give our support to it, automatically, even because we are hurt by the British decisions. So a movement which is done together, it could create a greater impact. Because the Congress was also hurt because of the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre and the Hunter Commission proving to be a whitewash. The Congress was also not fully supportive of the government of India Act 1919, that is the Montfordreforms. Why? Because we asked a Lamborghini from the Britishers and they provided us a bicycle. Just look at the difference. We asked for a Harley Davidson or a Ducati or a Ninja, Kawasaki Ninja. And what the Britishers gave us is a cycle. So that was a difference. So obviously the INC's political class, it is not going to be that much accepting it. We are going to be, just thinking that what do the Britishers want from us? Because up till now, whatever we have seen means, up till now, whatever we have asked from the Britishers never gave us that, right? So that was one another issue that was there. Moreover, the negative effects of World War I, that was also there, and the Congress was now feeling the urge to do a mass movement. And at that point of time, the Khilafat movement, when it came, it proved to be one of the aspect of doing that. So because of all these, Congress also had their own personal point as to they also wanted to do a movement. And at that point, when Khilafat movement was being done, Congress found it as an opportunity, and at that point of time, Gandhiji, he's also going to talk to the Congress. And Congress, by the time period of 1920, they are going to say that we shall be supporting the Khilafat movement. And after that, there is going to be the launch of the non-cooperation and Khilafat movement. There was a launch of non-cooperation and Khilafat movement in the year of 1920. So this movement was there, and the leader of this movement, this whole movement, non-cooperation and Khilafat movement, the leader of this movement, it was termed to be as Gandhi ji. So Gandhiji became the leader of the movement and he started this particular movement. Okay, that is going to be there. So when Gandhiji is going to be the leader of this movement, so automatically what is going to be the system of, what is going to be the methodology of doing this movement? It is going to be satyagraha. Now when we talk about satyagraha in the methods, when we are talking about the methods of the movement, okay, here I'll just write it here. When we are talking about the methods of the movement, we know that Gandhiji is there, so satyagraha will be there. But apart from satyagraha, when we talk, there is also going to be